Hey, Mitch, come here. Here, Mick. Oh, see. Like, he is really a feral cat.
Yeah.
I couldn't place him in a home.
No.
But when I get here, see where all the gravel's cleared away and it's just kind of a bare spot there?
Yeah.
He is laying there every night when I get here.
Okay.
Rolls around, I can rub his belly and pat him and do all that stuff.
Is he way out this way, is he?
Yeah, just take the time, you might see.
Yeah. Yeah, there he goes through the fence.
Yeah. I think he sits over in the bushes all day. So tell me what you're looking for here. And
okay, we get the, you got all these boxes built with the straw in them.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why we use straw?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want me to go through all that with
you? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, if you keep your distance from me, then I'll just do it like this. Okay. So, okay, let me think about this for a minute.
How long have you been at this now?
Yeah. I guess really late 2013. So,
okay.
So, what's that, 8 years?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Around the time you retired.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you just want me to tell you?
Yep.
Okay. My name is Mike McGrath.
Yeah.
I retired about 8 years ago. And shortly after I retired, my wife and I were driving by the old maritime steel plant that was located on this property, and she noticed some cats around the entrance. I started feeding them, and I couldn't believe how many cats were coming out from cracks and crevices in the building. And really, that's how it all started. A friend of mine, Bruce Robb, owned the Glasgow veterinary clinic, and he said, if you catch them and bring them over and have them spayed or neutered, he said, I'll give you a good deal. So in the length of time that I've been doing this, approximately 8 years, I caught 100 cats on this property. All of the adults were spayed or neutered, and we found homes for all the kittens. There was about 30 of the 100 that were just what I would call too feral to find homes for. They didn't want to be domesticated. They liked this life. And it's really quite obvious when you spend any time with them, just how much they enjoyed here. In the length of time I've been doing it, we moved the colony about 4 times within the buildings, because the buildings were sold 2 times after I started, and they were progressively torn down. At the end, we were in one little building at the very back of the property, and the new owner, Jamie McGilvery, he asked me what I would need for a building, because he wanted to tear that building down as well. So as a result, I told him we needed a building that would be no smaller than 12 by 20 and well insulated. And this building was built by Shady Lane in the New Glasgow area. And the sleeping accommodations I designed after a chicken coop. So the boxes are built up off the floor. They are filled with straw. And straw, as opposed to hay, won't hold moisture. So if a cat gets in a straw bunk and it has some rain on it or snow or whatever, well, it'll wick off down through the straw, but the straw won't get moldy and it won't stay wet. So that's why they look like they look. It's interesting that on a cold day, if you looked in here through the cameras, sometimes there will be 3 or 4 cats jammed into a bunk, and that's for body heat. Now you can imagine if you get 3 or 4 cats in a bunk that's filled with straw and it's minus 20 outside, they're pretty comfortable in here. We feed them twice a day. I'm here every 12 hours. I get here around 6:30, 20 to 7 in the morning, and around 7 o'clock, Lloyd Pence arrives. Lloyd used to work here, and he started feeding the cats years and years before I did. And he still comes and feeds them regularly. I come here again at around 6 in the evening, and that's what I'm doing now. And I clean up all of the food that's left, because if I leave any food, the raccoons, as Jim well knows, they'll move in. So now they'll come in through the doors. There's a door at each end, and they'll check around. If they don't find any food, they keep right on going. We haven't had any problem with the cats. The cats will lay on the bunks or lay on the shelves and watch the raccoons, and the raccoons just normally keep on going. Sometimes they'll upset a water dish or whatever, but that's really not a problem. We've been doing pretty well with them. So normally, if you tuned in to the McGilvery Riverfront Cat Sanctuary around 6:30, 6:45 in the morning, you'd see 12 or 15 cats in here having breakfast. And they'll come and go through the day, and in the evening, unless it's cold, there won't be too many in here. There might be 3 or 4 that'll sleep in here all year round, but in the wintertime, if you watch the sanctuary feed through the winter, you'll see a lot of cats in here. So, of the original 100, and we wound up with 30 that weren't really placeable, and as I said, they're really happy. You'd see probably 15 to 20 cats sleeping in here in the winter. The other cats, some of them found a place across the street where they sleep, and some of them still go and sleep under the equipment next door at Century Saw.
Yeah.
Of those 28 to 30 cats that are part of the current colony, there's probably a half dozen that over the years have learned to trust me. And just as the raccoons trust Jim, these cats, I can pat them like host cats. But if a stranger arrives, they're just gone in a flash. You wouldn't even know there was a cat here.
Yeah.
So that's pretty well the story. These little houses, Jamie bought those. I think he got them online. They were meant to be outside, but really they're not designed to spend too much time outside. So if you see some nights, you can look in one of the cameras and that shoots inside this building, and you'll see a cat sleeping in there at night. So they're having a pretty good life. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot better life than what they had in the old building.
It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
If it was minus 20 outside, it was minus 20 in that building.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can assure you.
Yeah.
And it stayed.
Yeah.
A concrete and brick building, 100 years old. It just really held the cold.
I noticed in the cameras, I watch your cameras a lot, and you have the cameras going here 24/7.
Yes.
And you have 3 set up, 1 outside, 2 inside.
3 inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 1 in each corner of the ceiling, and a low one here that kind of picks up the floor area where they're eating. So there's 3 inside and 1 outside.
Okay.
And they rotate on, I think, 10 or 15 seconds a camera. Sometimes you'd like it to be a little longer because there might be something interesting going on.
Yeah.
So you have to wait for it to rotate through the cycle.
Yeah.
But it's a great means of checking on them. I occasionally, as happened this summer, we had a cat that was sick that without these cameras I might never have known.
No.
But we have some very loyal followers. Look, I don't know when they sleep, but I think there's people watch this thing 24 hours a day. And they'll send me a message through Facebook, and they'll say, Mike, I noticed that one of the black cats is kind of wobbly, and I'll catch it, trap it, take it to the clinic, and find out what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
So we've done that a number of times. So it's been a blessing to have the camera and the building. The building it's built with 2x6 construction, R20 in the walls. So you figure you get 15 or 20 cats in a building this size, it stays pretty warm.
Yeah. So now let's get down to the how can someone donate to you to help feed these cats?
Well,